Well, I just got a call from the post office that our chicks are in and they're ready for pickup. So I'm gonna drive down there, pick them up, and we're gonna bring them back home and show you how we put them in the brood, get them all set up and going. I can hear my package.
Oh yeah, okay. It's right here.
Sweet.
There you go.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Have a good one.
You too. All right, well, I picked them up. I'm just gonna open them real quick before I leave, make sure they're all alive and everything is kosher inside. Hi, girls. Cool. They all made it. So to begin with, we got our heat lamp attached to the wall via this hook here, and that's going to provide enough warmth and light for them. We also got our watering bucket that we set up. Now to fill that, we're going to take our 1 gallon jug from our kitchen and we're going to start filling it with water. While that's filling, we're going to take our electrolyte and probiotic, which we got from our Tractor Supply store or any feed store, and you can just shake those to get it all to the bottom, break it open, and then pour them individually into the water jug. This is done so that way it just gets nice and circulated through and it gets mixed up. But you can also get a spoon like I did, just stir it up just to make sure it's nice and evenly mixed in. After it's mixed in, we're going to take our jug over to our watering container and just pour it all into the bucket. Then we're going to take the lid off of our brood. We're going to have to move the light just a little bit in order to get access to it and rehang it for now. And then we're going to just make sure to get all of the air out of the lines. And this is done by just pressing the little button on the nipple waterers and even lifting up the bucket just to make sure to get all the air out. Now we're going to get food in our feeder. Like mentioned in our previous video, this is going to be chick starter feed. After a while, we're going to switch over to the grower feed and the layer feed, but for now, this should work. So just fill up the tub thing and then put the top on top of it. And then when we get back to our brood, we're just going to flip it over and kind of spin it around a little bit, just make sure you get all the food distributed. And then we're going to put our lid back on top temporarily just to test things out. And then we're going to plug in our heat lamp, make sure everything works just fine before we get our chickens put in there. Looks good for now. So now that we're all ready, everything works, we're going to take our heat lamp off just momentarily and we're going to get our grow gel set up and ready to go. This just takes a couple tablespoons of water in a little container and just mix it up with that gel and it turns to a green color, and then we're going to put that into our feeder, and all this does is just provide some nutrients, some vitamins, minerals, all sorts of good stuff for your chicks on their first day of eating. Alright, now we're going to get our chicks and set them down next to our brood. We're going to take each chick, and as we take them out and put them into the brood, we're going to gently touch their beaks to the nipple waterers just to make sure they know where the water is at and that they can actually get water out of there. We'll do that for each and every chick as we put them in, and then we'll continue to monitor them for the next day or two just to make sure they're actually getting water out of there and they're able to survive and thrive with this watering system. So these are our chicks. We have a dozen Easter eggers plus 1 Meyer meal maker, which is a random breed. These will actually lay blue or green eggs, which are pretty cool. And they're just kind of hanging out right now. They're getting used to their new home, chilling and enjoying the new space that they have. So we're going to start by putting the cover onto the top after we get them all in there. Then we're going to get our heat lamp put back on, and we're going to turn that thing on and make sure they get nice and warm. All right, so the chicks are in the brood, as you can see. Thankfully, a lot of them I've seen have already been drinking water on their own, which is a good sign, as well as eating their food and that grow gel on their own, which is also a great sign. Big things, like I said earlier, make sure that you push their beak onto the water or in the water, however you're gonna do it, so they make sure they understand where the water is at so they can start drinking. And then they should be able to figure out the food just by the smell. But otherwise, they will be like that in that spot, in that brood for this one, altogether, I imagine for another few weeks until they get big enough, then we'll probably split it into 2 broods because they're gonna get bigger and they need more room. Otherwise, we'll check their food and water every day. And yeah, they should be doing good. If you guys have any questions about what we've done or about raising your own chickens, go ahead and put them in the comments below. Or any issues with what I'm doing, I would gladly take any advice if you guys have any. Otherwise, we'll check back with you in a week when show you how they're doing. Thanks a lot, y'all. Have a good one. Thank you guys for watching. We appreciate it. If you haven't already, please consider clicking on the subscribe link below. Also, we have the video that YouTube recommends for you down here to your left, as well as our most recent video to your right.